What's up guys, my name's Curtis and welcome to 5 Minute Finance, where I take personal finance topics and explain them to you in 5 minutes or less. Although they're fairly new, being introduced in the 1990s, target date retirement funds are now a very common investment option in 401ks, IRAs, and even taxable brokerage accounts. The idea of these funds is fairly simple. Pick the year that you plan to retire, find a target date retirement fund with a date closest to that year you plan to retire, and allocate your money to those funds. But what's actually going on inside of those funds that makes them a very good one-stop shop for retirement investing? Let's take a closer look. A lot of people and financial advisors would agree that the closer you get to retirement, the less risk you want to take with your assets. Decades ago, there were really two different ways that you could do that. You either personally moved your money from riskier to safer investments as you age, or you paid a financial advisor to do that for you with your permission. Target date retirement funds take out all of the manual work and automatically rebalance your assets as you get closer to retirement age. To give you an example, here are two of the fund options that I have in my own personal 401k. This 2025 Target Retirement Fund currently has an asset allocation of 54% stocks and 46% cash and bonds. This 2060 retirement account, on the other hand, currently has an asset allocation of 99% stocks and 1% cash and bonds. As you can see with these two examples, the fund that assumes you're retiring in 5 years is much less risky and probably a lot less volatile than the fund that assumes you'll be retiring in 40 years. The graph that you saw in those two different fund examples is what's called the glide path. The glide path shows you in each year what the asset allocation will be. In other words, in each year, it shows you what percentage of your money is going to be invested in stocks and how much will be invested in bonds and cash. Looking at this glide path, for example, you can see that in the early years, the money is almost 100% invested in stocks. And when you get closer to retirement, it kind of balances out where it's more even between stocks and bonds. Although the funds with different companies are going to have slightly different glide paths, they all perform the same way, where they're more risky in the beginning and safer as you get closer to retirement. And once you're in retirement, the asset allocation generally stays the same throughout all of your years of retirement. And as I mentioned earlier, the best part of these funds is that they adjust your asset allocation automatically on a regular basis. So you yourself don't have to do it, and you also don't have to pay a financial advisor to do it. In addition to everything we've just talked about, target retirement funds also generally have very low expense ratios. That is, the cost to keep your money in those funds is generally very low. Most of them are less than 0.25% per year, with some even being less than 0.1% per year. Overall, target date retirement funds are a pretty good option for people who want to just put their money into their retirement accounts and kind of let the fund do the work for you. They don't require a lot of extra input from you, and it's also great because you can just put your money in one spot and it'll automatically adjust for you. Also, if you were automatically enrolled in a 401k plan through your employer, there's a very good chance that you're already investing in target date retirement funds because that's often the default option for automatically enrolled employees. I hope this explanation has helped you guys understand what target date retirement funds are and whether or not they might be a good option for you. If you enjoyed this video, I would love if you could give it a thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. And if you're new around here, please consider subscribing for more personal finance videos in the future.